my stream. So go to Facebook.
It says, yeah. So I got Jay Zuka with Mark
Okay.
Beltzman, that.
So I'm going to put us on now.
So go to your page, yeah?
Yeah, go to my page, and I'm going to put this, I'll stream it. I'll start streaming it in,
I see.
let's see, 10.
Oh, there's somebody else there now.
Hold on.
I'm a woman. Wait a second. I'm a woman.
Surprise.
I'm a
No.
woman on Zoom? That's crazy. I look at myself here and it looks like me. Here, I'm a woman.
It's a new filter. All right, wait, here we go. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to title this. All right, and now okay, so now, Mark, now go to my page and then share the stream. See it there? Boom.
It's not there. Do I have to go to live events or something?
No. Check it out. How about check it out?
Oh, there it is. Okay, so now I share.
Yeah, just hit share, and it'll go right to your, it'll go to your feed. Yeah, just share to like your share now.
Look, everyone, I'm improvising with Jay.
Yeah.
Oops, wait, go back.
This is what it is, by the way.
Okay.
It's 10 minutes of this.
I'm done. Thank you so much. This has been great. I really enjoyed this. This has all been improv too. We didn't receive any of this.
Not a plan. Pick a number 1 to 25.
1.
Okay, this comes from Bob Miret, who's
I didn't want to see you count.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but that's the best work I do, is what
I just took that away from you.
Okay, sugar daddy. Our suggestion from Bob Miret is sugar daddy.
Oh boy.
Thanks, Bob.
There we go. I asked you to move your shit out.
Now?
A week ago, I said I don't want to see you when I get back.
Oh wait, that was for real?
Look at my face.
Okay, oh man. Okay, cool. I just got a few things. I'll just grab them now. Okay, cool. Sometimes I can't read your face. Sometimes I'm like, you look funny when you're not trying to be funny. So it's
funny how?
Well, like, look, you're smiling right now. I'm like, I think he's joking. I think. No? Yeah.
You always win me over.
I mean, I'll move it. I'll move my stuff. I'll grab my stuff. I'll grab.
No. You're so goddamn cute.
Me?
Every single time I try and get rid of you.
Who, me, Doug? Me? Let me make you, let me make you something. Let me make you some breakfast.
Can you at least apologize for your behavior?
Yes. Douglas Fairnon, I apologize that I had too much to drink and I made a pass at your brother right in front of you. And then I thought you thought—
I will never live that down.
I know, Douglas. I know. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, come here.
I was so afraid that I would be without you.
I thought about you the whole time I was gone.
Are you being serious or are you lying to me?
Well, I was mad at you, but I was thinking about you.
I mean, I was afraid it would be out of sight, out of mind.
Well, you were out of sight, but you weren't out of mind.
I missed you.
Oh, come on.
I did.
You did not. I know you were screwing around with those 3 other young boys. You can't fool me. I know everything.
I missed you.
Yeah, right.
I did. I wrote you something.
Okay.
hold on. I wrote you something. Hang on. It's here. Do you want to read it or you want me to read it?
Well, why don't we both read it? You
Okay.
start.
Here. Can you see it?
Yep.
My dearest Douglas, you have brightened my life ever since the first time I saw you. I've been thinking about what I've done to you, and I am sorry. I haven't been the nicest person. I haven't been the most considerate person. I haven't been the gentlest person. I haven't. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, just yes, just nice. Nobody's ever written like I just never received a love letter or any kind of passionate um, emotions and words on paper, and that's heartwarming.
Well, I do love you.
I know, and that's part of the problem.
You don't want to be loved.
Well, I want to be exclusive, and neither of us are. I don't like this open relationship anymore.
Okay. I,
Okay.
yeah, I thought I was in the way and I was trying to fill a hole inside of me because I was too scared and vulnerable to say, I want to be with you and only with you.
I want to fill your hole.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. And as a matter of fact, Douglas, I am going to delete numbers in my address book right now.
I have been asking you to do this for 2 years.
All right, here we go. All right, Marvin Garden, bye bye. Delete. Um, James
But
Winslow.
don't delete James yet.
Okay, I'll keep
Okay.
James,
All
but
right.
I'm gonna keep him there.
Just just saying.
Larry Hagar, delete. Samuel Hagar, delete.
The Hagars are gone.
The Hagar brothers are no more.
I
Oh,
never liked them.
they weren't good. They weren't good. It was, you know what it was?
Mm.
It was like empty calories. You
Well, I
know,
just yeah, exactly.
what were you gonna say?
I don't like the way they treat you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think you deserve to be put on a pedestal.
I, I want you to put me on a pedestal.
So I
Raise
can
me up, Douglas.
raise you.
Raise me. Put me on a
I've already
pedestal.
raised you. I
Worship
raised
me.
I raised you and then I married you.
Worship me. Metaphorically raise me up. And literally, I mean, if there's a pedestal, I'll get on a pedestal.
Well, I bought a pedestal. It's being delivered tomorrow. And we're going to paint you gold and we're going to put you on it.
You're gonna make me cry.
Oh, that's just unnecessary, but go ahead. I like to watch tears. Tears make me very turned on.
Get over here. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. I'm deleting Doug Heffernan by. Oh, Bill. Bill's my oldest.
Therapist.
Yeah, my oldest therapist. Um, I feel like I should delete, and this is a new chapter.
Well, that's big change in your life.
I mean, I'm still gonna go to therapy, but my finger's right on the. Why can't I? I need to just delete. I'm going to delete him. I'm just going to delete Bill.
Well, I just say follow your heart. It'll always lead you in the right direction. And whatever you choose, I will support.
Bye. Bill's gone.
Bye bye, Bill.
And all right, Nick Hardison, gone. Dick Barry.
Let's just throw that phone out. Just throw the whole phone out. Just
I'm
get rid of
looking
phone.
at it,
Just
Doug.
just throw the phone out. We'll get you a new phone.
I mean,
We're
they're
gonna start over. Everything just fresh, clean slate.
yes.
We're gonna move.
Are you? Don't toy with me. Do you mean it?
Yes. We're gonna live out your dream. Your dream has always been to move to.
It's Wyoming. Yes, we're going to Wyoming.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, we're going to be
Yep.
cattle farmers.
Well,
Yes, yes.
yes,
I see your face. I see your face. You're.
yes.
I don't know if you're joking. Are
I
you
was-
joking?
I was thinking more sheep, but I will
Okay.
go with cattle.
Your face. Look at your face. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I have to take a. Now you look at your face right now. Look at. Look. Look.
Oh my God. That's me.
But it looks like you're joking. See that smile.
Well, that's contentment, honey. That is contentment.
Really?
Yeah. You don't want to see this.
Although you are cute. You are
Oh.
cute when you're in. Come here. Come here. I love you.
I love you.
Can I make you breakfast?
Yes. I would love an omelet
Yeah.
with rice and beans
Yeah. Some homemade salsa.
and some salsa and sour cream, baby. You know me. You know your sugar daddy.
Let's
You
meet
know
up.
you.
Let's go to the pool.
We're gonna have breakfast at the pool.
We're gonna have breakfast poolside today, baby. Poolside.
Huevos rancheros next to the pool. Yes.
Kiss me. Kiss me. Kiss me. Scene.
Sugar daddy.
Oh,
Two
Mark.
old gay flamers.
Oh, what a fun time.
I need a cigarette.
Well, I mean, you're just such a strong character improviser. Like, and that, I guess that's the Second City training. Would you say, or is that like, because you are a character improviser and actor for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I have a lot of experience in movies and television, and in my improv, I try to apply that methodology of acting, which is just to be yourself, to be authentic, and to not try and do too much. At Second City, we always say, wear your characters lightly like a hat.
Right.
To not just do too much affectations, and they're fun to do when they're necessary, or when the scene calls for them, or
Yeah.
creating something. But yeah, I kind of like just being myself, because that's the hardest thing to do as an improviser, especially early on. You always want to play these voices and characters, and
Yeah.
I find the hardest thing to do is just be yourself.
It's because you're so vulnerable.
Right. And that's the thing, being innocent and vulnerable. I've been married for almost 40 years, and still it's challenging to be vulnerable sometimes. In a room full of strangers, asking somebody to be vulnerable, innocent and vulnerable in a room full of strangers, it's really challenging and brings up a lot of shit for people. And I'm sure you've experienced, people, being brought to tears just because it brings up their emotional baggage when you're doing this work. We call it improv and acting, but really what I teach is transformation. And that's, I think, what we do as artists. It's all about transformation.
I mean, and that is, dude, you got to be in a vulnerable spot to do that. It's got to feel
Right.
safe and vulnerable.
Well, for me, it's all about the internal work. I don't care what level you're at. People say, "Oh, when I make it," there's no such thing as making it.
When I make it.
If you make $1 million, there's somebody making 8. If somebody making 8, there's somebody making 20. There's no such thing as making it. And so you're always striving to evolve and grow as a human being. And, that's what this work is about. So you have to dig deep and do some, the deeper you can go internally and deal with whatever traumas or issues you have, whether it be finances or emotional baggage from abuse or anything. The more you can dig into that stuff, the more you're going to be successful as an actor, because it's all about just being honest, truthful, and real. And there's nothing funnier than the truth. And the
Mhm.
thing about improv is nobody has to know that it's real. You
Right?
just do it, right? And that's the thing. People say, I don't want to do that. People will know. It's like they don't know it's real. It's improv.
You tell them it's a character, even though it's 100% you. That's the best part for me. It's like, oh no, no, that was a character choice. It's like, no, that was absolutely a choice I have or will make. But I'm telling you, it's a character choice.
People don't really know how fucked up I really am.
Well, do you find that the virtual improv that we do now, I mean, don't you think it's kind of similar in a way more to like doing improvised film or TV rather than in front of an audience? Like there are some similarities where you don't have that feedback. You're trying to connect right here that isn't the same as a staged improvised piece.
Well, there's pros and cons of both, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing like the energy of being in the room, and I
yeah.
miss it terribly. I just miss hugs and touching people and that connection and those, you know, those moments of just glory when it's so exciting that everybody in the room laughs so hard it stops the show.
Everybody discovers it at the same time. Everybody's on board at the same
Yeah,
time.
right.
Yeah.
I call it the 3 points of focus. We could talk about that later if you want. But the thing with the gifts of Zoom is, when have you stared into somebody's eyes and been this close to somebody's face during an entire improv experience?
Right.
You don't get that intimacy, and that makes it even more vulnerable in ways. And so there's gifts to both, but I certainly miss being in the room, man. I can't wait to
Yeah.
get back into abusing people in person.
Well, it's also, you're vulnerable this way. You're also welcome to my home. So you're vulnerable that way as well. Like there's so much vulnerability that's happening by using these Zoom calls.
Yeah, there really is, and they're in the trusting setting of their own homes, which allows them to be even more vulnerable.
Yeah.
You just have the comfort you covet things that are close to you, and when you're completely surrounded by your own home, there's a level of trust that you don't have in a room when
Mm.
people come
Yeah.
in, and unless you've been together for a couple of years in a group or something.
And you're in Hawaii now. Like you've moved
I
there.
I am. Holy fuck!
Surprise.
Holy fuck! That's crazy.
I knew I shouldn't have said
Discoveries,
anything. I shouldn't have said
discoveries abound. Yeah, I was fortunate enough. The timing of my move was just crazy. The business, as you well know, and everybody here knows, the business has changed so dramatically, and everything's ultra low budget, and commercials are buyout. And I spent 30 years in LA, and I have a wonderful career, and I haven't retired. I'm still working. I'm still auditioning. I'm still directing. I'm still performing and teaching. But the business has changed. I'm just like, if I'm going to do some 3 or 4 great union jobs a year, I don't have to be in LA to do that
Right.
anymore.
Right.
So I founded Maui Improv in 2014. I've been coming back and forth for years anyways. And I really wanted to move back to London. I lived in London for a while, but I
Wow.
don't have a work visa. And so I thought, well, if I can't get a work visa, then because I want to audition for movies and television, and I could teach in England, but I couldn't audition because
Couldn't
I
go.
didn't have work papers.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, this is a great second choice. I already have a community base here, and my wife and I just decided to get the hell out of LA. And so we did, and we moved here October 20th of 2019, and we got this apartment November 20th of 2019. And 3 months, my wife set up a beautiful home, not knowing anything about the pandemic. She had just enough time to buy furniture and set up this great place, and then boom, everything got shut down. And I'm stuck in Hawaii, and we live on Maui, which is one of the safest places on earth during the pandemic. The entire state has only had less than 500 deaths, and we only have, I think, like yesterday we had 20 cases.
Wow.
Um, and so it's been really, really pretty safe. And the only reason that we're having those spikes now is because they opened up the airports. And I've only lived here for a year and a half, but I've become the biggest snob. I'm like, I got to experience Jay. I got to experience something nobody has ever experienced except for indigenous Hawaiians, which is this island without tourists for 8 weeks.
Wow.
It was so magical. Everything was rejuvenating. There was no traffic, nobody on the beaches. I was alone. During the worst of the pandemic and lockdown, there's no maritime law. So you had to stay in your apartment, but they can't stop you from going in the ocean. So every single day, 7 days a week, as long as you were in the water, you were fine. So I would go and swim with sea turtles and whales and fish 7 days a week, and I still do it. So for over a year now, I have been swimming 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I just get in the water. It's like my office. I call it my office. And it's great. It's a great, the one thing we've all had to really guard the most during this past year is our mental health. That's
Yes.
been the most challenging thing. And that has been the greatest gift of saving and nurturing my mental health is swimming with fucking sea turtles and whales every single day. It's amazing. Well, the
And
whales live here only during whale season, but anyway.
I think you called it right when you said you are stuck in Hawaii. I laughed. You're like, oh, I'm stuck in Hawaii, swimming with sea turtles and whales, and going in the ocean. And I mean, my mental health has never been better, but I'm totally stuck here.
I just am so stuck. And people, I'm not flaunting it. I just sort of share it. I post this stuff on Facebook, and we all do.
Oh,
Not,
dude, we see it, dude. Trust me, we all see it. You
not
out there in the ocean, you got your shot. You're even doing the hand with. I got my first shot, and there's like
not
palm
this
trees. Like,
baby.
cool.
Yeah, I did. That was crazy. That's another, man. I don't know if we want to get into the shots thing, but this is an improv show. But
Well,
that's crazy too.
I
I know
I
you.
I told you, like, I got a second shot this past Monday. It's Friday, and Thursday I started feeling better after the second shot. Like, it was a couple days that were pretty rough for me. So
Yeah.
I
Well, I
hope you.
got my first shot yesterday, and I had about an hour last night that I was, where you were, and it was only an hour for the first shot. So I know the second shot's coming, and I can't plan anything.
Well, just the day you get the shot is okay. The day after, clear everything off your schedule. Just be
Yeah.
prepared to just rest, because that's
We
when
do
it.
this. You want to do this again? Day after I get my second shot?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. uh, how did you get involved in improv? How'd you get started?
Um, I play the tuba. I still do. I had a friend in high school who asked if he could borrow my tuba. I have a 109-year-old tuba. Um, he asked if he could borrow my tuba for a Lazy Boy chair ad, and I said yeah. And he said, "You want to be in it?" I said, "Sure." So I started modeling in Detroit. This
Oh
is
my God.
1980, and then I landed some commercials through my friend Robert Teachman. Amin Harani was the photographer, um, and he got me my first TV commercial, which was a Highland Appliance commercial where it was a photo shoot, but I played Tony Baker, the high-low driver who drove his forklift into 400 refrigerators, and it was a damaged goods sale. And that got that was a regional commercial, but it got sold to other markets. So I was
Oh,
I
wow.
was at 21 years old. I was making a pretty decent living, and my mom was like, "See, you could have been a doctor by now." And
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 back
so
then, you were getting like the payment structure for commercials back then was completely different than it is now.
oh yeah,
You could
oh
live off of if you got like one national spot, you could live for years off of that with
I this was a regional spot, and because it got sold to 4 different markets, I
yeah,
was
then you're
making like it was a Class A national commercial. It was great money. When I moved to Chicago, that was it. So anyway, so I started modeling and acting in Detroit, and then I started doing improv. And I read in the Detroit newspaper there was a guy coming to Detroit to teach a workshop whose name was Del Close. And so I literally cleaned out my bank account and took that workshop. And then the guy who put it on, a guy named John Round, started the Detroit Times Theater Company out of that workshop.
Whoa.
And I got hired in that. and that's where I met my wife, Beverly Lubin, 39 years ago. And
Wow.
we've been together ever since. And so I started improvising in the Detroit Times Theater Company with Richard Label, and Timmy Meadows was in that
Richard
company.
Label. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and and then I moved to Chicago because Michael Gelman came to Detroit to teach, and we became friends. And then one day Michael called me and said, "What are you still doing in Detroit? You're going to die there." So, that inspired me. I actually drove to Chicago for 3 Sundays to take Michael's workshop. I drove in the morning all the way to
Went back?
Chicago, took the workshop, and drove back home. And then I was like, "This is crazy." So I moved to
It's like
Chicago.
6, 7 hours. Like
It's
what is?
5.5 hours,
Yeah, 6
one
hours.
way. So on January 5th, 1985, I moved to Chicago and started studying with Michael. He got me into Dell's workshop. And then out of Dell's workshop, IO was founded. I was in, I got hired or became part of Barron's Barracudas, which was the
Oh,
first group in Improv
a
Olympic.
super like a seminal long form improv group in Chicago. Like, yeah, one of the early,
Yeah.
all the groups kind of fell from that because that's probably like the first kind of what people would know as like a house team. Like that was the team.
We were the house team. Yeah, we all basically founded, in a way, Improv Olympic, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Improv Olympic was David Shepard's bag, and Sharna was part of it, and she took it, and then she added the years to it.
Yeah.
And so all of that, is a whole nother history lesson. But so then out of doing Barron's Barracudas was the talk of the town in Chicago, and everybody, including all the Second City folks, like Joyce Sloan and Bernie and all them, were flocking to see what we were doing because it was Dell's baby, right? This was the Herald, had never been performed as a show, right? Heralds have always, since they were invented in 1960s, in the late 60s with the committee in San Francisco.
Yep.
Carl Gottlieb and Beans Morocco, all these guys in the committee, Howard Hessman, and Dell was the director, and they founded and created the Herald. And then it had been done in improv sets and part of other shows, but it had never been performed as a show.
Like a standalone.
Say again?
Like as a standalone show.
Right, as a standalone show until we started doing that. And that was the beginning of Improv Olympic.
Because
and then Second City had auditions, and we all auditioned, and most of us all got hired as an entire touring company. It was the first or second time in history they actually hired a touring company intact.
Oh. Yep. Keep going.